In this episode, we welcome Ambra Malanca, head of production at Aupa Studio, a Spain-based studio with an international outlook focused on storyboarding. Together, we explore the crucial role storyboards play in the animation production process and the risks that arise when this essential stage is undervalued.
Good morning, I'm Veronica Arciari and welcome to the Deep Media Pulse. And today, here in Annecy, I'm very pleased to have with us Ambra Malanca, head of production at Aupa Studios. Thank you very much for joining us today. I would like Ambra to introduce herself.
I'm Ambra, I'm head of production in Aupa Studio. I started working in animation as in production many years ago in Monza in Italy. Then I moved to Spain, where I also work in other animation studio, then in France. Then I moved back to Italy in Genova, where I worked in video games. And then I finally came back to Turin, my hometown, to work remotely for a Spanish company in production.
And yeah, can you tell us more about Aupa Studio? Because you are, the only ones to work exclusively on storyboarding and animatics. So I would like you to, describe to the audience of the Deep Media Pulse a little bit of what you do.
Yeah, we're not that usual because there are very few companies that just do storyboards in the world. And it all started with Aitor. Aitor has worked with storyboards all of his life. And he was having more and more work to do, and he was starting to collaborate with several artists, and he decided to found the company. And in a very few years, we started having great success because our main competitors are freelancers, for example, and working with freelancers. It's not that easy because for a production studio or an animation studio, you have to manage many artists. You have to deal with different personalities. You have to organize them, and maybe they're also working with other projects. They don't have a clear vision of the whole project, and that's an issue sometimes. On the other hand, you have pre-production studios that work also on concept and other parts of the pipelines, but they're not specialized. And what we do is that we act as a storyboard department. So from script editing to the final edit of the animatic, we have a big team of artists. We split the team between planning artists that do the first draft. Then we have cleanup artists, and we have supervisors who are senior artists / director that supervise everything. And the most important part for me and for us is that we have a production team. So the client only has one point of contact and don't have to manage with different artists. Our artists just do what they're best at, because an artist that is good with planning, or an artist that is good with action scenes, and they don't have to deal with the cleanup or the notes. Other artists are good at this, and so we are very well organized, and that's one of our good point, because I think what clients appreciate a lot about us is that we deliver on time. They don't have to talk with a lot of people. They just have one point of contact. And so, it's been very great. We work with many different kind of projects, from TV series, feature films, commercials, cinematic for video games. And even if at first maybe we can be a bit more expensive because we have all the structure of a studio, we have all the management, but then the client realized that it's an investment because the storyboard isn't just about good drawings, it's the structure and the soul of a project. So if you have a very good storyboards, you won't have any problems in layout, in animation, and later stages.
And you just mentioned how important storyboards are. Would you say they're underrated? Like sometimes, the power that they have in the production is underestimated, considering how important they can make or break the project if they're not cared enough about.
Yes, it's very important. We build the project from the start because a project starts with the script, but we never follow the script exactly like it is, because it's when you start drawing it that you start seeing it, how it's going on, how the narrative flows. And narrative for us is very important. We want to have a very good narrative because we know that if the narrative goes well, then you won't have issues later. And so it's always having a good relationship with the director and shaping the project together while we keep working on the storyboards.
So we're here in Annecy at the MIFA, and you have a booth just down there. I would like to know how is it going for you? What kind of things are you looking for? And if you could give our audience a little bit of a pulse check of 2026 for you.
It's going pretty well because we're not just like another animation studio, so it's quite peculiar. So when people pass by, it's quite eye-catching because we just do storyboards, and when people need storyboards, well, they come to us because when someone just does one thing, it means that they're good at that. And on the other hand, we also are producing our own IPs. We have produced 2 short films and that act also like teasers that were supported by Ibermedia Next. The first and the second Ibermedia. And we are now in development for the feature films. And this is more like a separate branch of Aupa Studio because we like to do films and we like to contribute to the film industry as well with our ideas, but we keep our service part in parallel.
Well, good luck with everything then, Ambra, and thank you so much for being with us today on this episode of the Deep Media Pulse. I will see you in the next one, and thank you for listening.
You've just listened to The Deep Media Pulse, Decoding Brand and Content Evolution, a video podcast powered by Licensing Magazine and Animation Journal. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next episode.